Hello there and welcome to Techopia Live. Thank you very much for joining us today. If you are here, well, you're probably watching this around lunchtime, which means you are probably hoping that, you are hungry. You're hoping to snack possibly. So what we are going to do today is we are going to actually address that specific need and or pain point, so to speak, by talking to our guests today that is from Desk Nibbles. Thank you very much, Emil and Cassie, co-founders here of the company that's definitely made some waves within the snack industry already here in Ottawa and beyond. And here with me, welcome back, so happy to have her here, Amanda Gordon, Vice President of HR Consulting at Stratford Managers. Thank you so much for joining me today, Amanda. And you and I are here, and these gentlemen are here today and behind us. It's kind of very relevant that we are here today because we are here at TechNada. It is also, once again, at the Brook Street Hotel, which is one of KRP's properties, of course, and another opportunity for us to showcase a little bit about what's happening within the HR industry, what's happening within the tech industry. So today's conversation is very relevant. Now, I'm going to throw it immediately to you, Amanda, as you are the HR consultant here, to ask the first question, and we'll see exactly what these guys are changing within the HR industry and in the snack industry in general.
It's very nice to meet you guys. I'm very interested from an employee engagement side and culture. It's one of my passions. And so I'd love to hear from you why companies buy. Because to me, I want to appreciate if it really is tied into Smarties equal happy employees. So, can you talk to me about why people buy Desk Nibbles or the service of Desk Nibbles?
Yeah, you want to take that? Yeah, sure. So thank you very much, and thanks for having us on the show today. We actually brought you some snacks, so I'll hand them over here. I know we're getting close to lunchtime. So I guess to answer your question, we see companies are buying snacks, and you have more and more companies investing in having snacks and beverages in the office because it's something that helps to keep employees engaged. It helps improve productivity, and when you're caring about wellness, it's so important to cater to the health and to bring healthy snacks and beverages to the office. So we're taking that one step further, and then we're using technology to even enhance the experience where everyone in the office can be heard and we're meeting everyone's needs.
I do want to comment because this is all about more healthy snacks. Yeah, that's an important one, and I guess healthy snacks equals happy employees and productivity is what you're saying. Okay.
So maybe if you can talk to that a little bit. It's wonderful I'm so glad you brought some. And Amanda is just like Vanna White showcasing as well. Thank you very much. That's very nice. But what's wonderful about it is that it seems like such an obvious thing a company should be doing is trying to provide snacks for their employees. And maybe you can share with us what is it changing from what people have done before? What changes have you seen? What feedback have you already gotten just from doing what you've done over the last short bit with so much progress already?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we make it easier or much easier to manage. As if you can imagine you're a founder or an office administrator and you want to bring in a program like this for health and wellness. I mean, you're going to get people with dietary restrictions. You're going to get people, make sure you have my favorite chocolate almonds. And, it's a lot of stuff to manage, and it's really complicated. So we can create these small interactions with each individual employee where, we have basically a chatbot that can install right into Slack. We can place a tablet within an office. And then now we're directly communicating with the office. We know, or the employees within an office, and we know, this person is vegan and they want to try new kinds of vegan chips, new kinds of products, and this way it creates, that inclusive experience where people don't feel like they're getting left out on a process like this.
Well, I'd love to know what companies are adopting this. So, in the Canada North area, do you have customers here?
Yeah, sure. So it's interesting because we've seen a lot of tech companies that have adopted programs like this. In Canada North specifically, we've worked with UITV, we've worked with Pronto Forms. we're working with TripAdvisor, Uber across Canada. But it's interesting because we're seeing more and more non-tech companies adopt programs like this because they're realizing that if you care about the well-being of your employees, it's almost a must to introduce a program like this. So it's been very interesting to see kind of that shift.
So let's talk a little bit about the platform, the technology aspect of this, because yes, the concept makes complete sense. From an HR perspective, it's wonderful. From a employee engagement perspective, from an employee retention perspective, I'd love snacks all the time. It'd be amazing. But I think the software and the platform itself that you're using and the distribution and just the data that you are accumulating, how are you using that? So from an AI perspective, how are you using this to improve what you are providing for your clients and also for the employees?
Yeah, I think it's a really important point, and for one, because when you have, when we're starting to get thousands of requests coming in, we have natural language processing within the chatbot because it's just too many support requests to deal with, and make sure everyone is being heard within an office. So that really where it comes in. But it's really interesting when we can start, tagging and recognizing certain things. I mean, we can see this person is requesting very high protein, high-fat snacks, and we know that this person is on a ketogenic diet. They want to be consuming more products like that, and we've been experimenting, and it's really great data that we can go to some of our suppliers. We can share, with a chip manufacturer, or maybe it's a jerky manufacturer, and say, hey, look, this is some of the interesting feedback we're getting on your products. People wish it could be more like this, or they wish it was a little more healthy because of this, and then it's a great experience on both sides because then we can go back to the consumers and bring them products that they never heard of, but they really love because it's completely in line with their taste preferences.
So we're also thinking, we're thinking of taking the whole experience of having an office kitchen one step further, right? It's all about what does the office kitchen of the future look like, right? How can we make the entire experience as easy as possible where everyone in the office is taken care of, everything arrives simultaneously, you don't even have to think about placing an order, and all of your needs are met. Every employee is happy. So we're thinking on all kinds of things, and we've kind of designed, and we have designed in our own office the office kitchen of the future. So to monitor all of these things and to track all of these things, and that's the way we see this kind of going. And kind of I would say the difference between what Desk Nibbles is doing versus a traditional snacking company or office grocery company, right? It's really focusing on creating those micro interactions between the employees and us so that we can cater to their needs better. And using technology to do that is really what we've been focused on.
That's wonderful. Now, I'm gonna throw a question to you, Amanda, and then I'll let you ask them the question where to next, so to speak. But today here at TechNada, this is an event that took place last year, very well attended. This year, people were literally standing outside like it was a rock concert taking place, which is amazing, which means companies are here to showcase what they have. They are here to look for employees. They're here to engage with employees. How do you feel the market is changing? How do you feel tech companies are approaching new talent and engaging in trying to attract new talent?
Well, the proof is there are well over 80 companies here today. There are thousands of people that are showing up, and so I think you need to stand out was the way we used to look at it. But I think today it's also back to that caring, and I think people are more and more realizing the importance of their employees and how to retain them. With our company, we go into high-tech companies and non-tech companies all the time. On a daily basis, I'm walking into companies and learning about their culture and learning about what they're doing to keep people. And, I see kitchens that look a lot cooler these days. But I feel like part of it is the differentiating and being able to tell a good story of all the things that you're doing that really show that you care. But it's way more than that. When you're talking about personalizing snacks that really care about people's dietary needs and those kind of things, that takes it to me to a whole different level. So, I think this is awesome. Yeah.
So, gentlemen, let's talk about what's next, where we're going. I mean, I love what you just said, kind of like the idea is to kind of change the way people look at their office kitchen and set you apart from the other grocery stores or other snack providing companies out there. But where do you want to go? I mean, I already heard, rumblings, North America and beyond. Like, where do you want to go? What's the next step for you, apart from hiring 3,000 people, step by step? But what's the next step for you?
So we have been growing by about 41% month over month since January 2017. We're working across Canada with some of the largest companies, and we're not marketing at all to the U.S., and we're still getting requests from people in the U.S. to enter the market. So we have some really exciting news. We're going to enter New York City by next month to work with several clients. So we're starting our expansion plan, and we want to take ourselves, across the border now to help companies there to create that kind of office kitchen of the future to bring wellness to their employees.
Wow, that's exciting. Watch out, New York. I love it. I love it. So for those of you that's watching this here on Techopia, thank you very much for joining us. I'm here today, firstly also with my co-host from Stratford Managers. Thank you very much for being here and also once again supporting what we do with Techopia. That's awesome. We have Amanda Gordon, which is the VP of HR Consulting at Stratford Managers. Thank you very much. And then, of course, our co-founders here of Desk, Nibbles, our featured guests here. Thank you guys for stepping in and showcasing to us a little bit what companies. What's wonderful what you're doing is that you have actually taken the aspect of engaging with employees and you've built a business around it, and you've now empowered other companies to do that as well. So it's wonderful that we can say that you're from here, from good old Ottawa, which is definitely not good old Ottawa anymore. It's now more watch out, here comes Ottawa situation. So good luck where you're going, and we're excited to see you expanding into North America. So for those of you that's watching us, make sure you join us on techopia.ca. If you haven't done so already, make sure you get into our weekly newsletter. You can go to techopia.email and just sign up for that, get involved, and you'll be up to date with what's happening within the tech industry. Get to learn more about these awesome people that's with me today. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a nice day. Bye.